Hi everyone, and welcome back to Conscious Journals, the channel where I talk about journaling and its many benefits and uses. Just a disclaimer, I'm sitting outside, so there might be a little bit of a background noise. I promise to buy a microphone soon, so until then, bear with me, and I hope you can still hear what I'm saying in a good quality. What I want to talk about in this video is the different types of journaling that I do. But before that, let me start first with a definition of what conscious journaling means. If you take journaling on its own, it's simply the act of writing down your thoughts in a journal. So in one place where you can go back and read later, which is quite a broad definition that doesn't give you much of what you're gonna be writing about. And then when you put the word conscious before it, it means that basically you're doing it on purpose, or you're doing it with a purpose or with an intention before you journal, which is basically what you want to get out of that journaling session that you're doing. Okay, so this is what conscious journaling means. Now, as I was reading about journaling and learning about it, I found many different types of journaling, and I liked a lot of these types. But what I've also noticed is that everyone seems to be using one of those types and not incorporating them together at the same time. So what I decided to do is that I chose 4 of these types of journaling that I liked, and I bought a notebook that is divided into different sections where I use each section for one of these 4 types of journals. In the next videos, I'm gonna dedicate each video for one of these types of journals, but for now I'm just gonna mention in general what these 4 types are, and of course in the future I may add more in my routine or my daily sessions. All right, so the first type of journaling that I do is the type that helps you with goal achievement and really reaching your dreams, whatever they are. And here I'm not talking about a to-do list for something that you want to do today or something you want to achieve this week. I'm talking things that are more long-term, maybe 3 years or 5 years or even 10 years down the line. And this is the part of the journal where you can really let your imagination roam free, not really set any limits to yourself, because I believe we can really get anywhere we want to, and the only limitations that we have is the limitations that our minds put on ourselves. Okay, so I'll get into that one later. The second type of journaling that I do is a type that is more helpful when it comes to self-awareness. So I do this kind of journaling when I want to learn more about myself, specifically about why I am doing something or why I am feeling something, or especially when it comes to behaviors that I want to change. And I start to write about why and what's driving this behavior. And journaling really helps you get to the bottom of what is making you tick, if you do it in the right way, in a matter that, you know, if you simply just sit and think about it without writing, it's not gonna get you that far. So writing about it helps a lot. So of course there's gonna be another video dedicated just for that. The third type of journaling that I really like is gratitude journaling. And this is where you write down, and what I like to do, and what I learned from someone else actually, is the exercise of writing down every day 10 things that you are grateful for. And these 10 things should not repeat, so every day has to be 10 different things. And this is really a lot more challenging than you can imagine, especially when you've had a bad day And apparently, I've heard, don't know if this is true or not, is that most people cannot get past 2 weeks of writing 10 things a day, because most of us, our minds are programmed to think about more negative things than positive things. So you have to force your mind to think of these things that you take for granted and you actually should be grateful for it. The effects of gratitude on mental health are very scientifically, they're very well documented, scientifically studied, but you don't even need scientific studies. You're gonna feel it immediately on your own once you start to do it. Okay? Type number 4 is a very simple kind of journaling, actually, and this is the part where I record any new insight or realization or piece of information that I learned from reading or from an audio book or from a podcast, or even just something that came to my mind while I was thinking. And I definitely want to record it, and I want to get back to it later. Now, what happens here when you get that piece of insight and you write it down intentionally is gonna be further ingrained into your mind, your unconscious mind, and it's gonna become part of your perception, especially if you go back and read it later. So this is something I like to do. All right, now these are the four types of journaling that I do. I don't necessarily do all of them every day. I do what I feel is right for that day, except for the gratitude one. That is the one that I try to do daily, and I don't like missing out on one day where I don't do it, because this is the one where you need to be consistent to really feel the results. Okay, in addition to these four, there's many other types that I like, but I still haven't incorporated them on a daily basis, but I may do so in the future, because I always like to try out new things and experience the benefits for myself. All right, so if you're someone that already journals, let me know which of these four you do, or any other kinds of journaling that you do. I would love to hear about it, so let me know. Looking forward to your comments. Thank you very much.